Hello everyone, I'm Timothy Roberts, the saxophone professor from Shenandoah Conservatory, and welcome to the VMEA All Virginia band auditions again. It is February of 2023, and you all are going to be auditioning in the next couple of weeks. So we have put together these sequence of videos on every instrument at Shenandoah to help you perform a better audition and to help your chances of getting in the All Virginia band this year. So this music is Rotation F, written by Robert Wall. This is the alto audition excerpt. The tenor one is very similar, so the things that we talk about in this one will probably also help you in the tenor audition if you're auditioning on tenor. So we're going to play this Rotation F etude for you first, and then we'll go back and talk about it a little bit and what you can do better. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about this etude. So the first thing to keep in mind on these is that these are not like your standard Fairling etudes that you might be working on with your private teacher. These are etudes that are written just to make sure that you're paying attention to all the instructions that are given to you. All the performance instructions. They want the tempo to be accurate. They want the dynamics to be accurate, even though in that third line, even though the mezzo piano to the mezzo forte might not really have a real musical reason for doing that. They want to make sure that you perform that exactly as it's written. All of these little retards and odd tempos and ritardando moltos all need to just really be performed really strictly with the instructions that are part of it. Tempo that is given is between 96 and 100. I would keep it at 100, go the full 100. I would also make sure that as soon as you've got the notes to this, that I would practice, always keep your metronome going at 100, okay? You don't want to end up slower at the end than where you've started this. You do have a couple bars in this where you need to change tempo. The first bar of the third line, the second bar of the fourth line, and then again at the ritardando molto at the very end. So, but keep your metronome going, and just slow down when you need to make sure that when you come out of the retards that your tempo is accurate and stays right at 100. A couple notes that I think will help you. End of the second line, second beat, you've got a E sharp, G sharp, D, and E sharp. Put a courtesy accidental on the E sharp. That might be an easy one for you to play an E natural on. I would put that there. I would put a courtesy accidental at the fourth line in the last bar on the F sharp, very first beat of the bar. It's obvious with the F natural before that, but I'd put a courtesy accidental on that. I would also play that with a fork F sharp fingering, not the regular one, but this one, because you're coming out of the F natural. Okay, so you put this down, and then you could go into the rest of the bar with the fork key. Take a big breath. Right before the recap, the next to last bar, third measure, coming off the A sharp, you've got the 2/8 note rests. Take a big breath before you go into that recap section to finish the piece out. You could probably add another breath in the next bar after the F sharp, but after that F sharp, you don't really have any other opportunity to get a good breath before you finish the piece out on the low B flat. So big breath in the rest, and then another breath to kind of top it off there after the tied F sharp in the next bar. Let's see. When you get to the end, all right. So you're gonna be making some pretty big interval jumps there, and in the next to last bar, the B to the F sharp. So when you hit the last note, make sure you get your throat open. I would also bump up the volume just a little bit on that low B at the end to make sure the note speaks really well for you. You can even pop your middle finger on the right hand to make sure that B comes out nicely. Put a nice good round vibrato on the last note. And because you're coming out of a retard, of the multo retard, you can hold that out for a long time. Obviously, that doesn't need to be just 3 beats. Go ahead and let it ring your room that you're playing in, and then cut it off. Don't fade it out. Bring it all the way to the end. When you start to run out of breath, and you can cut it off. But keep it a good a good 4 beats or so, since there is the retard in there. So again, consistency, accuracy. Performance instructions, making sure that you're doing every single thing, that every a tempo is right on the a tempo. You've got 2 a tempos coming out of retard. One is out of a rallentando, one is coming out of a retard. Make sure that right when you hit those 2 sections, that you're right back at the 100. That's why I think I would keep the metronome going through the whole piece. The last thing that I can mention to you is when you go into this audition room, be grateful for what you're about to do. There are very few people with the talent and the ability that you have with what you love doing, playing the saxophone, going into and taking this audition. You're all going to be nervous. You're all going to have adrenaline in your fingers, and you're going to probably make a few more mistakes than you might be when you're practicing this the night before. But the key thing to think about is that it's impossible to be grateful, thankful, grateful, and nervous at the same time. So if you go into this audition thinking about how lucky you are to be there and how grateful you are to be able to have this music prepared and to be able to compete with other students your age, it's something that you love doing, then you're going to have a whole lot better audition, because you won't make near the mistakes you make if you just think about how lucky you are to be there. Okay, so good luck to you on this audition. Email me, troberts3@su.edu. We'll put it at the bottom of the screen for you. If you have any questions about this music or your audition, or anything about majoring in music in college, or just playing the saxophone, feel free to drop me an email. And good luck.